to say there's no way I could do a fucking show there.
That's why I don't go, because it scares me. Because you don't know all the rules. Like, I know in America I'm not going to get arrested on stage. I know that. I mean, again, as long as you're not calling for the place to be fucking bombed or a murder to take place, just doing my stupid act, I'm never going to go to jail. Not here.
Not here. Yeah.
In Canada, you get in trouble though. They have that fucking Human Rights Commission that goes after people for the comic who made fun of the lesbians in the audience who are talking.
Yeah.
And this stupid Human Rights Commission takes the sides of the fucking hecklers. It's like,
so crazy.
What's the matter with you guys?
Well, what they're saying is that what he was doing was like hate speech, and that should be forbidden, and you shouldn't be able to do that from the stage. But you don't understand if you're, first of all, we're talking about stand-up comedy, which is an art form, and we've already established that that's a fucking viable form of that art form. The ultra-offensive Don Rickles style, it's always existed. It's fucking hilarious. When you watch a guy get dressed down in front of all these people because he says something, it's a part of the show. So when you start talking in a comedy show, you fucking give up all rights to be offended.
Right.
Okay? Because you're now a part of the show. And we got to do whatever the fuck we have to do to salvage this show for everyone else in the room. There's 300 other people. But because one asshole wants to get drunk and yell, and then you go after him or her, whatever it is, and then you're in trouble because of something harsh that you said to them, they became a part of the show. When you're a part of the show, I am ad-libbing. I can't guarantee it's going to work. I can't guarantee I'm not going to go over the top. I can't guarantee I'm not going to say something that really was kind of fucked up. But I can guarantee the only reason I'm talking to you is because you fucked up.
You don't have
any rights.
The selfishness that inspired them to talk is the same selfishness that makes them feel they should be vindicated.
Yes.
And makes them feel self-righteously angry. It's almost like once you know somebody's a selfish twat, which they are when they heckle, know that going into it, they're going to usually get upset because they're selfish people. They're self-centered people.
Like this fucking lady that's suing this 11-year-old kid for hitting her in the face with a baseball. Standing near where the kids are throwing baseballs. She got hit in the face by a baseball, and she's suing this kid for $500,000. Like, what kind of a fucking crazy asshole sues an 11-year-old kid for throwing a baseball?
And I'll tell you, this is what's also repulsive, is that happened in Jersey, and of course, the Little League is not supporting him at all. They're going, it's a matter between those cocksuckers fucking walked right away from this guy because they weren't named in the litigation. So the selfishness is everywhere. Everybody is fucking self-obsessed, and it comes from the people. That's why insurance companies rape us. That's why they rape us, because we're all fucking selfish.
Yeah.
People sue, and then the doctors have to pay a higher fucking insurance. They charge you more. It's like we started fucking each other on the ground level.
But there's that thing. It's like, I totally agree with that. There's way too many people that look at like lawsuits as the lottery. I mean, we've all seen videos of people faking falling down when they have those hidden security cameras, and they like slip on purpose. And you see them like look around and fall, and then they show them the video and they fucking bust them. But there are people that really do legitimately fucking hurt themselves because of someone's negligence.
Sure, absolutely.
Like if your mom is walking and some asshole, mopped the floor and didn't tell anybody that it was still wet and didn't put up one of those little things so everybody chills out, little danger little thing, and you fall and break your fucking hip, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't have to pay for that. Somebody fucked up.
My grandmother got hurt in a bank parking lot like that. She slipped and she hurt herself, and I think she only got a few grand. Like they kind of fucked around the settlement. She didn't get anything. She was old, her hip fucked up.
I see both sides of it. I definitely see that some people get fucked over and by things that other people were negligent about. That they should have taken responsibility to make sure that their customers were safe. I see that too. But they also see that there's a lot of people that look at any opportunity to sue someone like it's the lottery.
Legitimate lawsuits. I'm not talking about those because there are plenty of times where you should be able to sue the doctor for malpractice. Like if he sews you up and he leaves something in you.
Yes,
that's grounds for a fucking lawsuit.
For sure. If he makes a critical error, should you be able to sue? Like, should a guy be able to sue? Say if you're giving a guy a massage and that guy wants you to jerk him off.
No, I think he should actually be able to sue you for not offering to. That fucking makes me sick.
These guys are suing Travolta
for $2 million. And here's what annoys me is that the guy said he Travolta grabbed for his scrotum, and then he said like a few minutes later, Travolta, whoa! How is it a few minutes later, man? If he said Travolta grabbed my scrotum and I dropped the oil and fucking ran out the door, that's a guy that to me has legitimate beef. But what happened was he kept. You gonna tell me as a masseur you don't read that fucking body language? Every time I push my asshole up in the air, the fucking chick massaging me knows exactly what I want. Every time she creeps up my thigh and I go, she knows I'm saying to her, fucking go for my balls. It's an unwritten, it's you're going into it with plausible deniability from both people, but the masseur and the masseuse always knows. The therapist always knows when you want something extra. Always. Right. They feel it. They read your fucking body.
So, do you think that the majority of guys that he propositions, what do you think his batting ratio is?
I'm going to guess Travolta. If it's true, I will speculate that he's probably batting 800 or 750. He probably makes Ty Cobb look like a fucking rank amateur. Because a guy in that position, first of all, he's not used to hearing no. And he has enough money to just keep throwing fucking money at you. Sometimes I've upped the ante. I've upped the ante when it's $150 massage. Like, come on, I'll be really generous. And then, when you got him, when they're like, what, the other girls do that? Gotcha. Like, in my head, I'm like, fucking gotcha. I know when they ask a certain question that I got him.
So, how do you know that you got him on that question?
Because they wouldn't inquire if they weren't interested. Like, one girl told me, she was massaging me. And I was like, because she's like, girls do this? I'm like, yeah, I'll take good care of them. And she's like, I would never do that. She's like, well, how much do you give them? Really? I fucking so got you. I so got you. And I did for $300. She let me jerk off. I rubbed her ass on the bed and I jerked off on the floor.
So she makes deals. Like, you can do this, but you can't do that.
Yeah, and you kind of you have to, there's a certain lingo you go with. You don't just go, I'll give you this, because that makes them feel like a prostitute. And they're really not prostitutes. They're just girls making a snap judgment that you're okay. And fuck it, I'll play with them and make a little extra.
Right, and it's in a way, it's kind of safe. It's not like you're going to do anything crazy. You're in a massage parlor.
Well, it's usually my house.
Bring them to your house?
Oh, dude, I can't pull that off in a fucking spa. They won't go near your cock in a spa. They mummy wrap you. I hate that. Whenever they lift my thigh in a therapeutic fashion and wrap the towel, I'm like, oh, boo.
But if you're having them come to your house and massage you, man, that's how many of those girls are doing the hand release?
I'd say I've had maybe a 60 to 70 or 65% batting average, but a lot of them I haven't tried it on because I know they won't. Like, when they walk in the door, a lot of times you can tell by the attitude, the vibe, the body language that they're not going to do that.
That's a crazy job for a girl, man.
It's dangerous.
Showing up in dudes' houses.
Do you ever go to that website, like the Yelp page for that happy endings or something like that?
Oh, no, I never knew it existed.
Yeah, there's a page that just breaks down every single massage parlor and girls that are in papers and stuff.
And it's just
every
Yelp.
town.
How helpful.
Yeah, it's like Yelp. I think it's happyendings.com.
That's wonderful. No, I've never done that, but I certainly will.
It's pretty legit.
I feel much different about it knowing that you actually get these girls to go to your house, because I would assume that most girls, when they go to guys' houses, have to be thinking there's a very high possibility this guy might whip his dick out.
Yeah, a lot of times they know. It depends on if they go there because of a recommendation. Sometimes I'm like, well, she knows that I go with someone who massages me and I never do anything with her, so she feels comfortable. You read the thing going in.
Right.
But those therapists, but don't tell me you didn't know Travolta's body language and you could have stopped and walked out whenever you wanted to. So while I do believe their accounts, I don't believe any of them deserve any money. I feel bad for Travolta. I mean, it's got to be tortured to be that guy and want to do some things that you just can't fucking do, to want to come out and go, yeah, I did it. So what? To have them suing you for millions of dollars? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, his whole situation is so weird because, look, if it's all not true, then it's like, what is this, some crazy conspiracy against this guy? Like, what's going on? Is this, I mean, if it's not true, it's terrible and he's being persecuted. And if it is true, so don't fucking massage him. You know what's up now. The cat's out of the bag. If John Travolta calls you up and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday and you got to go to his hotel to massage him, assume you have to suck his dick.
Yeah, or he's going to want to suck yours.
Yeah. We know, okay? Now we know. Can we just leave it alone? Like, why do we have to beat it into the ground? Why does someone have to get sued? Now you know. Don't go to John Travolta. Did you know? Like, some guys are saying, well, you already had a reputation. Well, then why the fuck did you go?
Why'd you go?
Maybe the boss said, listen, you got to take this one for the team.
Yeah, but I think if you tell your boss, like, look, he was opening his asshole the last time.
Say, you got to set the rules right away, Mr. Travolta. This is not going to get sexual, which to him must be like the ultimate turn on to eventually think of his dick in your mouth after you saying those words, it'll make it even more exciting.
Yeah, because you start thinking, all right, well, the question now is how much is it going to take to fucking break that?
Yeah.
And one guy was saying that Travolta was opening his asshole and going, massage here. Like, I guess the guy wasn't taking the hint, so he said Travolta opened his cheeks, which is a fucking
my God, he opened his cheeks. Was he asking him to fuck him, or just wanted him to look at his
think he was saying massage, rub here, rub here. Like, I guess he was just getting, if it's true, he was probably just getting sick and tired of fucking not having his body language read the way he wanted it read.
He's an animal. He's an animal. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just whipping out his dick Bill Clinton style.
Dude, I've pulled that move though so many. I'm not as aggressive as him, but with women,
he's trying to convert straight guys.
Travolta. I guess when you're on that level, just getting someone gay to blow you means nothing. It's like I want to get a guy with a wife and kids to stick this in his mouth.
Yeah, that would be like you only going after lesbians. Like, how rude.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting all creepy with lesbians and you're going after them only. Why? Why are you doing that?
Yeah, it's just a power thing.
They don't want it. They're not interested in what you're selling.
But what he wants is he wants somebody who will do it. What I want is when I get a massage, if somebody jerks me off, I like it because they have to leave with no complaints. What are you going to tell? You just jerked me off for money. What are you going to complain about it and go like, hey, Jim, you weren't nice to me. Like, you didn't take me out to eat. Like, you really do. You pay for the finality of the relationship.
Right.
Like this is our relationship right here. You cannot ask me for anything more. If I want to give you more, meaning emotionally, that's great. And if you want to receive it, that's great. But you can't ask for it and get mad when it's not given because the totality of our relationship was I handed you money. It's a really weird psychology.
Well, the ultra offensive Don Rickles style, it's always existed. It's fucking hilarious. When you watch a guy get dressed down in front of all these people because he says something, it's a part of the show. So when you start talking in a comedy show, you fucking give up all rights to be offended.
Right.
Okay? Because you're now a part of the show. And we got to do whatever the fuck we have to do to salvage this show for everyone else in the room.
Lesbians in the audience who are talking.
Yeah.
And this stupid Human Rights Commission takes the sides of the fucking hecklers. It's like,
so crazy.
What's the matter with you guys?
Well, you know, what they're saying is that what he was doing was like hate speech, and that should be forbidden. And you shouldn't be able to do that from the stage. But, you know, you don't understand if you're, first of all, we're talking about stand-up comedy, which is an art form, and we've already established that that's a fucking viable form of that art. I guarantee I'm not going to say something that really was kind of fucked up, but I can guarantee the only reason I'm talking to you is because you fucked up.
You don't have
any rights.
The selfishness that inspired them to talk is the same selfishness that makes them feel they should be vindicated.
Yes.
And makes them feel self-righteously angry. It's almost like once you know somebody's a selfish twat, which they are when they
say, there's no way I could do a fucking show there.
That's why I don't go, because it scares me. Because you don't know all the rules. Like, I know in America I'm not going to get arrested on stage. I know that. I mean, again, as long as you're not calling for the place to be fucking bombed or a murder to take place, just doing my stupid act, I'm never going to go to jail. Not here.
Not here. Yeah.
In Canada, you get in trouble though. They have that fucking Human Rights Commission that goes after people for the comic who made fun of the.
There's 300 other people, but because one asshole wants to get drunk and yell, and then you go after him or her, whatever it is, and then you're in trouble because of something harsh that you said to them. They became a part of the show. When you're a part of the show, I am ad-libbing. I can't guarantee it's going to work. I can't guarantee I'm not going to go over the top. I can't guarantee